been announced, I am the missionary. I'm Father Stan Zarwar. I'm from South Bend, Indiana, and I belong to the congregation of the Immaculate Heart of Mary Missionaries. Mission versus CICM, as we are called here in the States. The congregation I belong to is exclusively foreign mission. I was ordained in 1964. In 1965, I left for our missions in the Dominican Republic and have been there ever since. Every 3 years, coming home on a 3 months vacation. That's what I'm on now. And taking mission appeals throughout the summer. Our men come back to their home province either to do administration work, formation, or if they get sick in the missions and the missions, in the missions they can't get the health care they need, and they come back to their home province. Otherwise, we go to the missions and we stay there. Like I said, I belong to the Congregation of the Immaculate Heart of Mary Missionaries. I'd like to thank your bishop, the diocesan director of the propagation of the faith, Father Mike, Father Felix, and you yourselves for this opportunity to be here today to talk about our missions and to ask you to be part of our mission endeavor. The congregation I belong to was founded in Belgium in 1862 by a diocesan priest, Theophile Berbis. Theophile heard the call of the Lord to go to China, to evangelize China. Also to rescue the orphan girls. At that time, Chinese families decided like this: you have one daughter and that's it. If you have any other daughters, to take her out and you throw her over the wall that surrounds the city, and what happens, happens. Why? Because daughters make a family poor. Sons make a family richer. How is that? You have to get a dowry for a daughter. And so she goes to her husband's family with a dowry. A dowry that her father gives her. Whereas the sons bring in the daughter with the dowry. And so the family wealth gets, what do you call it, bigger. Nice, no? Money is more important than children. So Theophile Berbis said, that's not so. So he went to China with the first conference, and one of the things they did after preaching the gospel, it was to form orphanages, to pick up these children and take care of them. From that beginning, there was, let's say, there were 6 or 7 who started out the first mission assignment in China. Theophile Berbis lasted 3 years and died from spotted typhoid fever, spotted typhus fever. And then we are now 1,000 members, 1,000 members. And from China we've gone to other parts of Asia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, Japan, and Mongolia. We are in Africa, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in Cameroon, Senegal, Zambia, Chad. Some of these names you've come across because of the football, because of soccer, right? The soccer tournament. Here in the Americas, we're in the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Guatemala, Mexico, Brazil. In the States, we're in Texas, in San Antonio Archdiocese, in the Rio Grande Valley, in Raleigh, North Carolina, and in the Diocese of Arlington, Virginia. One of the things you'll find about us, not only are we exclusively foreign mission, but we are multicultural. Some years ago, we took the decision that if we are going to preach universal brotherhood, which is part of the gospel, we have to live it. in our small communities. My provincial is a Filipino and an American. The treasurer is a Filipino. The counselor is from the Congo. Another counselor is from Indonesia. We have a Canadian. We have a couple Belgians. One that speaks Flemish, another that's Walloon. It's not a non-Flemish speaking. We're waiting for our Chinese counselor to come to make ourselves even more multicultural. Difficult sometimes, but a real blessing other times. And it's really a challenge to live the gospel in this multicultural community. Our missionary vocation is lived in one of three ways. The first way would be the preaching of the gospel where the gospel has not been preached. This is first evangelization. This is what we have done in Mongolia. Some years ago, we formed the first Roman Catholic mission to Mongolia. And today, a counselor of mine, a Filipino, Gwen Padilla, is the first bishop of Mongolia. It's announcing the gospel to the people that don't know the Lord, so that they might accept Him as Lord and Redeemer, and form the Christian community called the church. The second way of living our missionary vocation is by strengthening the church. This is what John Paul II called the second evangelization. The first evangelization in Latin America and the Caribbean left a veneer of Christianity, Catholicism. And so in this second evangelization, we want to go deeper so that Catholicism, that the gospel, the faith that we profess will have roots in the culture, roots in the society of the different countries of Latin America. And so that our people will be able to live the gospel fully and not just superficially. The third way of being missionary for us is dialogue with the great religions. You will find a counselor of mine who is a professor in the Shinto University in Japan. I had a chance to meet him, let's see, it was 3 years ago when I was on vacation. He was passing through the States and I said, "What are you doing in the Shinto University?" "Well, I'm teaching Christianity. Teaching the history of Christianity, the morals of Christianity, the values of Christianity. And that's being missionary." He said, "Yeah, you should see the Shinto priests and whatnot that come and start to ask about what does that mean? How do people live that? This and that and whatnot." So it's a dialogue. And then they have a hard time understanding, so I have to know Shintoism to make a comparison so that they can understand better. And then we have another counselor who lives in a Buddhist monastery. And he shares with the monks in the Buddhist monastery the Christian mysticism, Christian contemplation, Christian prayer. And they share with him their way of praying, their concept of God, etc. Some of my counselors in Indonesia, in the Philippines, live among the Muslims and living their faith faithfully. And this is a witness to the Muslims. And it piques their curiosity. They come and they ask, and what's going on? What are you doing? This and that and whatnot. And dialogue between the great religions.